Hello, my name is Jordan Maloney and I'm a business and marketing major. By the end of this, you'll have an idea of what it is and how to use it. I chose this function because it looks up data by searching for a value in the row of a table, then returns a value in the column based on the index number. Now, before we start, we must know three parts of the HLOOKUP value that we're going to have to find. The first and the most important is the lookup value. The second is the table array, and then the row index number. So, notice how the numbers 30320 is in cell B3 for zip codes. This cell will be our lookup value, which will help us find the city and the county from our data. So, to begin, you're going to click on cell B4 and click $HLOOKUP. And then you can see here at the bottom, it'll tell you what information you will need to get everything for the HLOOKUP to get your answer. So first is the lookup value, which we just said was B3. And I'll explain why you don't put the number later, instead you put the actual cell number. So next will be our table array. So B10, DD21, comma. So that highlights all of the data that we have right here and what we will be using to get our answer. Next is the row index number. And the row index number is the row of what we are looking for of the topic. So we're looking for primary cities right now, and that is in row 3 of our table array. So 1, 2, 3, row 3. And next, our range lookup is going to be false because we want an exact match. Enter. And now we see that this zip code is in the city of Atlanta. So before we begin with counties, we're going to do the same thing, except we're going to change one thing, and that's going to be our row index number. And it's because the county is not in row 3, that's primary cities, it's in row 6. So right here. So we're going to do HLOOKUP, lookup value B3, table array, which is all of our data, B10, colon, DD21, and then our row index number we just said was 6. And false because we want an exact match. And now we can see that it's Clayton County. And before we start our countif function, I'm going to explain why we want to do the cell B3 as our lookup value instead of the actual number of the zip code. And that's because, say I wanted to change the zip code to look up the information for the zip code of 30340. It changes the county. It's still the city of Atlanta, but DeKalb County will be what has been looked up instead because that's the city of the zip code. So now we're going to use the countif function, and the countif function is going to help us determine the number of times the city of East Point appears in our data below. So we're going to start off with $countif. And again, so the bottom tells us what we're going to be needing to find the information to get our answer from countif. So we're going to do the range, which is our data right here. B10, DD21. And then our criteria. So our criteria is going to be East Point, and we have to type it in exactly like that. So you have to put the quotations, capital E, capital P, end quote. And then you can now know that the word East Point appears in our data 2 times. So now we're going to do the same thing for count of county. But instead of putting DeKalb County and typing it in, we're going to put in cell B5 because if I wanted to change the zip code, then it would change the number here. So countif, range, B10, DD21. Criteria is going to be cell B5, so just click cell B5. And now you can see that DeKalb County appears in our table 12 times, and that's how you do it. Well, I was gonna come on here, tell you guys a little computer science joke at the end of this, but not gonna lie, I don't really like computer science jokes. Not one bit.